partner.
Ah, yes, my
We're out here
compatriots.
in the Wild West.
Welcome, everybody. Hello, hello. OMG, you guys like the hats? I drew them last
I
night.
love it. Yeah, I can't see it.
They're wonderful.
Yay.
We're looking quite dashing, if I say so myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
So
beautiful.
That Gigi's is so silly because it's not even a cowboy hat. It's just
Ah.
weird.
It's called the Wild West Insanity. Howdy, partners. My name is Gigi Calliope. Everywhere I go, I seem to bring calamity, and it's really putting a damper on life. But I look up to my Lord, to my faith, Mori Calliope, you could not tell. And I know that she will lead me, all of us, to salvation.
How about you, Fauna?
Ever since my ex-lover Bones Malone left me and became the mayor, my life has been in shambles. You see, I've had to take to a life of crime, of banditry to support myself. And a fine, classy lady like me cannot continue to live on the streets like this. So I have made it my one mission, my one goal in this life, to finish off Bones Malone, and I shall not rest till he is buried deep within this here earth, 6 feet below.
Oh, my name is Bilbo Wagons. I'm wagging my tail, otherwise known out in the West as Bilbo the Kid. I was raised by wolves, and I have that dog in me. I might be a little uncivilized, but that's okay. I still, that might be good to have here out in the wilds of the West, a little uncivility. And I am gonna do my best to hunt bones and kill people and raise them up with my silver tongue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bite people, bury them 6 feet under, and do things that dogs do.
Like what? What else do dogs
What do
do?
dogs
I
do?
mark my territory,
Oh,
and yes.
you'll be marking your territory. How so?
You lift the
We
dog lifts the leg
Into the
up.
details.
Well, I
Mark
guess
it.
you'll just have
It's
to
a role
find out.
play. How am I supposed to know? My imagination? I just don't know.
I mean,
Woof.
yeah. Woof.
Gotta act it out.
Act it
Oh,
out.
Lord.
It might be, please don't do that in my home. I'm begging you.
I roll to lift my leg into a 90-degree position.
Oh,
Aiming
my
right
God.
at your curtains.
Oh, good lord.
I roll in order to not miss.
Oh man, I don't know about all that.
Thanks for
Goodness
allowing us
gracious
into
me.
your home.
Oh,
I
I have a
think so.
question.
Oh yes, what's your question?
Is it okay if I go to a quick meeting out in the West because I forgot to before it started? And
Go
Ah,
for it.
Does need to
But-
mark her territory.
I need to mark
She's
my
to mark her territory.
territory.
Here
to
she
mark her
goes.
territory.
All right, let her mark her territory. Who is that red-hatted being over there? Furry red hat, some ears. Oh, are those ears? Who is that?
I
Describe
skinned
yourself.
this myself.
I can smell it all the way over
you
here.
smell it. Move aside. It's Gibril Calliope. Get a good whiff of this. What you're smelling? That's my lord, Mori Calliope.
Oh wow, goodness gracious me, you really stink, says the man sitting at the table.
That's my lord you're speaking about. I will not stand for this blasphemy.
I'm Bilbo the Kid. I look around the saloon and I sniff. I sniff out with my senses who I'm supposed to meet. I see those two stand at the table and I growl softly.
Right? That's,
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I used to have a name. I used to be the betrothed of the mayor, Mr. Bones Malone. I was his missus until he left me. That dim-witted arsewipe of his.
Oh.
He's just the worst. And won't you help a lady down on her luck? Won't you buy this lady a drink? I'm awfully parched, mister.
Oh, goodness gracious me. What do you guys make of each other? We're all sitting in a table. What do you think?
I sniff them
You guys think?
carefully. The one with the red hat's pretty smelly. Ugh, it's
You know
too
who
strong
this
for my
smells
dog
like.
noise.
Every time you say she smells, she hears it, because she hears everything.
I do.
The Wild West. She smells just like the West.
Yeah.
I close my eyes and I see her cool hat,
It's
her
pretty cool.
putting on deodorant,
Yeah,
lifting
okay,
her arms.
that's fine too, I guess.
Oh, I can imagine it all. That's our Lord and Savior.
What a vivid imagination.
Wait, how much are we getting paid?
Yeah, hold on. What's in it for us? We need to see
What's
if this
our
task
cut?
is of equal value. Say.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
offering each of you 10 cash each.
Now, where did you come into possession of so much cash yourself, Mr. Tumbleweed?
I do a little under the table business. It's none of your concern.
What
but
is under the table business?
basically?
I look under the table because I don't know what that means.
What's
No,
down there?
I only see legs and feet under the table. I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
I don't
it's
see any
not.
money down here.
I don't mean it's under the
Sniffing
table.
down there. Stop sniffing.
What are you smelling?
Smells like little doggies.
Little doggies.
40 little doggies.
Bilbo, can I ask you a question?
Sir, ask me anything.
Can you find out if he really doesn't like my hat? I can't tell if he's lying or not.
Oh, hey, excuse me, Mr. What in Tarnation? I forgot your name already.
Tumbleweed,
Tumbleweed.
Travis Tumbleweed.
Oh, yes, Mr. Travis Tumbleweed. I got a question for you. It's slightly off topic, but it's okay. Do you like hear this old feller's hat? The fluffer one?
Oh yeah, the heretic. Yeah,
What?
it's fine. Nah, actually, I think it's a garbage hat. It stinks. You think that he kind of likes it a little bit?
I think he's being what you call a tsundere.
Ah,
I think he slightly likes your
Mori
hair,
Calliope.
Okay.
I knew no one could hate Mori Calliope's stench.
I'm gonna strangle you. Would you like to use maybe class, straight talk? What would you like to
I
do?
will use straight talk. I'm talking straight to you, eye to eye. I know that you like my hat. I can see it in your eyes that you really like my hat and the way it smells. So if you could buy me a drink, maybe you could sniff it some more.
Alright, that's gonna be 2 dice. You want to add anything else to it?
Nah.
Travis's mustache twitches a little bit, like his nose is getting a good whiff. And
Yes, gonna get a whiff of that. What does it smell like? What does she smell like? What does my lord smell like? I want to hear it.
smells like roses and dandelions. Truly,
Ah.
it's very
I
nice
think he
smell.
may be inebriated by that scent.
Yes.
All right, I'll buy a drink for all of you.
We would all like a pumpkin spice latte on the
Pumpkin
rocks.
on the rocks. All right. I mean, I don't know if they make that here, but I'll ask them. And sure enough, they actually
With
come
5
out.
shots of vodka.
Did you really know the mayor?
I did not simply know him. I was his betrothed, his lover.
Oh,
Till
my.
he left me. That simpering simpleton Bones Malone.
Did you?
This gun, this is for him.
Travis reads the engraving out loud and says, Bonds Malin?
Bones Malone. Yeah, I know. We're
Bones.
not the most literate out here.
I
You
mean-
could say we are illiterate.
I can also barely read, so maybe I'm just reading it wrong.
I assure you, it is spelled correctly. I took my time on that one. 20 hours carving.
Wow.
20 hours.
20 hours.
Need I talk more about the sins of old Mr. Bones Malone?
Bones,
That mealy mouth mountain head, Mr. Bones Malone. That
What did he do to
awful
ya?
man. What didn't he do more like? He shattered my maiden's heart into 1,000 little pieces, that
What a
scoundrel.
disgusting man. Adultery is one of the sins in Mori Calliope's book.
Is it? I mean, baby, yeah, the sheriff
What?
hates that.
Lord, what is your views on adultery?
Don't cheat. That's bad.
It's one of her iron rules right here.
Yeah, be nice to beautiful ladies. Do you have a horse?
I do have a horse.
If we can use your horse, I'll make it 12 cash per person.
12 cash. How much cash is it per future?
Per future? Oh, 6.
Then you betcha I'll use my horse.
All right.
Does your horse have a name?
I had a name idea, but I don't know if I want to
Just an
say it
idea.
after I said that it can handle one load, so maybe I'll name something else. I'll name my horse. Her name is Dasher.
All right, we
Yes.
have a deal?
Deal.
Deal.
You
All
got
right.
yourself a deal.
Sounds good, Travis Tumbleweed says, and then spits on his hand and holds out a hand for a handshake.
I dive in. I grab his hand and I shake.
No
Tight
shame.
grip. I make sure our hands are well lubricated under the light of the Lord. Mori Calliope.
Not knowing the social norms of a handshake, I go up to his hand, I sniff it, and I give it a lick.
Take the wagon round the back of the church and I'll pay you out. You can all be on your way and we can just call it done after that.
The Church of Mori Calliope?
No, it is not the church of whatever strange gods you worship. Goodness gracious, have some
What?
respect for the Lord.
What church is it?
The church of God?
Is it not Mori Calliope?
I don't know who that strange god is.
What kind of backwards town is this?
You ought to keep yourself on the straight and narrow. You're gonna find yourself in a bad situation, says Travis.
I don't believe him.
Of course, the town would have gone this way once it's under control of Bones Malone.
Yes,
know
we'll kill Bones
Bones, dude.
Malone and we'll put Mori Calliope in that church.
Oh,
Oh no. You fall a little bit behind the others, Bilbo. They're just a bit quicker than you.
it's okay. I'm the back guard. You know, I'm sniffing out for people who are following us. It's fine.
Watching the
Perhaps you
beehive.
might consider walking on 2 legs instead of 4.
No,
Might be a
I'm
little
not
quicker. All right.
Dang.
You better be careful with that one.
Oh no.
What in tarnation did they put in that drink of yours?
Caffeine.
Wow.
She's quick. She's a quick one. Maybe one of you could ride on Bilbo's back. Bilbo's
Yeah,
going faster.
I'll let one of you ride on me. They're not too heavy.
You're so slow, though. Even
What do you mean I'm so
than the-
slow?
slower than the speed walker with her cool boots.
What'd you say to me? I'll knife you with my knife.
Oh dear.
Ah,
We got a
Goodness
feisty one.
I will pray for this one.
Goodness gracious me. As you're making your way with the empty wagon and your horse is pulling it, you can tell that your horse is struggling a little bit, simply because you are very large and your horse is very small.
No, keep up, Dasher. This is what Mori Calliope willed for us.
Do
I
as
give
you
Dasher
say.
a kiss on the head.
Nay! Dasher like that. Dasher like that even though a single tear falls from Dasher's eye. Nay! You guys are too
This
silly.
horse, nothing like that Bones Malone.
True.
Loyal to
Nothing.
the end, unlike that man.
That blasted man should learn a thing about loyalty from Dasher here. Maybe he'll stop
Sure
cheating on such
should.
beautiful women.
What shame, that man. Disgusting.
It's 'cause he worships a false lord.
The carriage is present at the outpost. It is stopped there, and a couple wagons are in front of it. It's still a little far off from you guys, but Calliope and former Mrs. Bones Malone, you guys managed to get to a nice rock that's not too close to the scene, but it gives you a moment to be able to review the situation if you would like.
I'm reviewing the situation.
You're reviewing the situation. You want to look? You want to squint?
Well, I don't have such good eyesight, you know.
True, you do have zero
Ah.
squint.
I'll do it for you,
All
my
right.
dear. Let me
Kindly.
squint for her. Ah, I see nothing.
You're blind. You are gosh dang blind, sir.
Something's in my eye!
Yeah, fly.
Oh, sweetheart, let me help you with that.
It hurts. I lean down so Miss Bones Malone can tenderly touch my eyes.
I stick my fingers right into your eyes.
Thank you, my dear. You can stop.
Oh my god, Calliope is attacking former Mrs. Bones Malone. Oh
I would like to sprint and try and tackle Calliope.
All right. You can go ahead and do that.
The rabbits.
You tackle
the
Calliope.
rabbits. Think about the rabbits.
The rabbits. You jump up on Calliope, and Calliope is very big, so it's not like Calliope falls over or anything like that, but you are definitely attacking Calliope like a wild dog, and it does not feel good, Calliope.
Why you harming my lady?
Down, girl, down.
Stop! You're hurting Dasher! Stop, Dasher!
Calliope swats at you. What do you think about that, Bilbo?
I'll take out my knife.
You want to solve this, former Mrs. Bones Malone?
I would like to use my class
Okay.
and stand up and say, "Civilization, people, please! Haven't you heard of it?
Okay.
Civilization in the West."
All right.
How could they be faster than my horse?
I don't know. I mean, your horse is pretty old.
What?
So maybe.
What do you mean by
you know,
that?
It's old. It's dying on its last legs. I'm sorry to break
Close
this
your
to you.
ears, Dasher. She doesn't mean it.
Nay.
Oh, ain't that just the sweetest little horse?
Yeah, sure. We go back so many years. I'm about to look on the my booklet called Google. How long do horses live for? We've been together for 29 years.
I didn't even know you were 29 years old yourself.
I'm literally 20. We were born together.
Same barn.
Yes, we were born in the same barn together.
Well, that means you're on your last legs of life too.
What?
Yeah.
No, it is what if the Lord has plans for me. If
You're
I were to die
practically
today.
an old man now.
No! Don't listen to her, Dasher! We will live for another 29 years. We have so many years ahead of us.
Nay.
Oh.
Painful nay.
Dasher, just have to have faith, just like I have faith in our Lord, Mori Calliope. Why would Mori Calliope let us, such devout followers, die? Just one man and his horse.
Hey. Hey. There are people around here, but you can taste that there were 3 different types of boots around here. And they taste like they were made by the same. You taste 6 feet.
Well, party, I've tasted 60 toes just now.
Wow, that's a lot of toes.
Yes,
Now
they're
that
in
was
the same
mighty
party.
impressive.
That
Thank
sounds
you.
delicious.
You don't get to be like this unless you spend 29 long years with a horse out in the Wild West.
Nay.
They're in the same party as well. I can taste it. They shopped at the same shoe store. It seems. Yes, someone has some mighty strong tasting toes.
A shot whistles past your ear. It doesn't hit you though, but you hear it
Get
go.
down, Mrs. Bones Malone! I tackle her to the ground to protect her.
As you're approaching the rock, you hear some voices kind of some scrambling of feet. You hear someone says, "Oh goodness gracious, I think they heard us, bro. I think they heard us." Quiet, you quiet. If we don't move, they won't know that we're here. Just be silent. Be silent. I don't know, bro. I feel like someone's coming this way. They look at you, and they all scream at the same time. Ah! They actually look like this. I'll show you a little picture of them. There's the 3 stooges here, says the large rotund man. Says, "I want the big one on a stick. That one's mine. I want all of his. I want all that good thickness in the thighs and the belly as well. Yes, I'm looking forward
Are
to
you
eating
sure
that."
that one is a little
gonna be
cuckoo in the
juicy.
head, talking things about Mori Calliope and his love for his horse. I don't know if you want that in your body, but okay, you do you, whatever.
I sense people talking shit.
Okay.
Before they move, I would like to move to handshake one of them man and was secretly concealing my knife. Once they go for the handshake, I would like to stab him in the chest.
Okay, directly in the chest. Big old stab
Yes.
wound.
Bilbo the kid, Bilbo Wiggins, it's a pleasure to meet you. And I hold my hand out like a old what incarnation guy, the guy. I learned about handshakes 5 minutes ago, so I try to imitate what he does, and I hold my hand out.
Oh goodness gracious me. That's a
Oh,
real
no.
unlucky roll.
Oh,
All right, you aim with your knife and you knife him in between you knife him in the armpit, which kind of the knife just goes in between the chest and the arm. Ha ha ha. Is that you joking, sonny boy, or was you trying to stab me just a minute ago?
Oh, sorry, that was my bad. I was raised by wolves, so this is just my, like, my welcome stab, it's just my mark of like, hey, nice to meet you, welcome shank, you know what I mean? So now your mark is my friend, because I can't really see that well, so I smell the knife wound, and that means I'm your friend now.
I think it's over.
Bilbo, you all right over there?
Never say Bilbo.
Help!
Help! Okay.
We gotta kill him right now, help!
I pull out my gun, I use my big deal calamity. Miss Bones Malone, tell me who to aim at!
Aim at the round one!
I'm aiming at him!
Okay.
I kiss the itching of Mori Calliope on my horse. Give me strength, Mori Calliope! All my dice!
Let's go. All right.
Oh,
You managed to put a big old bullet into the very round guy who goes, my leg! Okay, that's a
Yeah.
successful roll. You bark so loud that nobody for miles can hear the damsel in distress.
Alright, I aim to shoot his hat right off. And I'd like to use my bandit reputation to
Okay.
say a couple words to him.
Okay.
I'll say, this is a holdup. We're here for your whiskey, and you've got a choice to make now, mister. You do. It's either your whiskey or your life.
I start blushing.
In order to assist Lady BM in her intimidation, I bite the bullet hole of Bert the Hurt's leg where he got shot down to his bone.
Nasty!
Yeah.
My goodness. That's the big thing. You sink your little teeth into Bert the Hurt's hurting area, and his leg sure is hurting for Bert. Your fangs sink deep into it, and he screams out loud, "Oh Lord, please, we'll tell you whatever you want. Just please don't hurt us." Oh my goodness gracious me. We have some hobbies.
Who do you
before we
Oh,
worship?
there.
Who do you worship?
the good Lord Almighty, just like the Reverend says, worship the good old Lord.
The good Lord Mori Calliope.
I don't know who that is. Is that a false god?
We killed him. I think we've got to put
Wait,
him
we gotta
down.
get the information out of him. I say in my muffled mouth, hurry, ask some questions while I got this guy's leg in my mouth. Hurry.
Tell me about the Reverend. Who is this unsavory fella?
Reverend Louis Devlin has got, a really close relationship with the mayor of this town.
Oh,
Yeah, Reverend.
Mr. Bones Malone? That
On who
doggone
specifically?
dastardly dullard Bones Malone! Of course he was behind this!
Such a
I should have
disgusting
known
man.
it all along!
Really?
Pony Mitchell says if you want some kind of insurance to make sure that we don't come calling for you later on, I'm sure that we can arrange that. I mean, personally, I'd like to take some of this this whiskey here.
How about you give me the address of your mom's house and I'll deliver the whiskey personally? You live over there?
Yeah,
What?
there's a little shack a
Dumb
couple miles down.
location.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, by the Lord's will, Mori Calliope, she has a reason for everything. So there's a reason you live there. She has a plan for you. Well, how about you hurry on over to your mama's house and we'll meet you real soon.
Come on, boys, let's get out of here. Skedaddle. Slim boy, fat. You gotta carry Bert. I can't do that myself. all right, we'll just go together. Come on, together. Just pick him up. Let's go. Bert the Hurt, can I have some whiskey, please? I'm in a whole lot of pain.
What do you guys think?
We already told you we'll deliver it right to your mama.
Yeah, go get some milk from your mama or something
Yeah.
in the meantime.
And there's still somebody screaming like a damsel in distress, but it seems like there's nothing for it. She goes, what's going on? Why were there gunshots?
From one classy lady to another, do not worry your sweet little heart about this no more. We've chased those bad guys away.
Are you my saviors?
I turn away and wipe the blood off my mouth first from biting the guy's leg, so that way she doesn't see that I was in fact cannibal. And then I look at her and be like, "Hey, we're here to save you. It's okay now. It's safe now. The bad guys, we drove them off. Calm down, pretty lady.
Oh, goodness
It's all
gracious.
over now. And I look directly into her eyes and back her into a wall.
Oh. Oh, my.
And slam my arm against her back wall, and I look into her eyes, look directly up into her because she's quite taller than me, and be like, calm down. It's okay
My
now."
goodness. Is this what they call pay-per-view?
I'm blushing just watching the sight.
I do not know if the Lord allows this.
I'm sorry. I am married. My goodness. I am married.
I was married once too.
Doesn't last forever. Take it from her.
And you know the
Who's your
Reverend...
husband?
Well, you see, the Reverend Louis Devlin, before I get to that, the Reverend Louis Devlin is the entire reason that my husband won the seat as mayor of the town.
Excuse me.
Her husband is, dare I say,
Your
Mr. Malone?
Well, of course you know him. He is pretty famous.
Lowlife Bones Malone.
He's quite kind and classy.
disgusting!
Oh, well,
Now
you're entitled
you,
to your
little
opinion.
lady, you probably don't know who I am. On account of my history has been erased due to your current husband. But you look at me, you look at this bandit reputation I have, and you know this is your future if you stay with that man, that panty-thieving buffoon of the mayor.
A panty thieving? Goodness gracious.
I'm gonna give you one warning from one lady to another. You need to get yourself out of that relationship while you still can.
Oh my goodness. I'll introduce myself to you. You can just call me Ruby. I came this way because I was investing in a diamond mine, and that's why I'm here right now. I've only just started up my business, and I met the mayor, Bones Malone. Well, you guys, what do you decide to do here with this very bewildered younger woman who is
She
kind
likes them this young, huh?
of pretty young. She's maybe in her late 20s.
Disgusting!
Young enough, late 20s, which is, in the West. Actually, that was pretty old, but still, she looks very young. She's a very pretty lady.
But not as
Traded
lovely
in
as
for a younger
former.
model. I see my former self in you.
Anyway.
Well, thank you. Don't forget that I am forced into a life of crime and outlawry because
Wow.
of your husband.
Would you like to set up camp? Would you like to go somewhere else? Do you want to ride through the night? If you take a breather, it might be nice. You refresh your deals.
Should we
Mm-hmm.
camp outside or should we camp at the mom's house?
oh yeah, let's
The cannibal
They
house.
can serve us some food.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening closely, Bert did mention, wanting to eat Calliope's, thick thighs.
Oh.
And tell me.
I just took that sexually.
Probably.
Not literally.
Oh, wow, how sweet. Wow. Love is blooming in the West, as per the usual.
If you think it's truly a good idea.
I want to taste some of that mom's cooking. Yeah, let's go.
Might be homie. I
Yeah.
barely remember my mother.
If not, I'll just eat them.
What?
What?
What does the Lord think about cannibalism? More Calliope? If
Oh,
I
and
could
not,
get a word?
and not sexually, by the way.
Oh, more Calliope?
I'd prefer that we not eat each other, that you humans not eat each other, because I wouldn't want to eat a Reaper, and I think humans should not eat each other first and foremost.
My Lord says cannibalism is wrong.
And by this time, Dasher is able to walk again, albeit very slowly.
Dasher, you alright? I know it was mighty scary.
Yeah. Nay, because horses can't speak.
Ain't that sweet?
Dasher says, all right, you kick it down, and inside of the home, wow, what a stench that wafts over all of you.
Everyone quick smell my hat!
You mean you have the hat?
Oh, give
Oh,
me
yeah,
here,
get a good whiff of more
Oh,
Calliope.
that's so much better.
Yeah. More Calliope. Smells so good.
The stench
It's a
is
slight improvement.
Smells like moose
slight
spice. Yes.
improvement. The stench it wafts over you, the smell of human blood, the smell of body odor, and dank dustiness, a home that hasn't been cleaned in ages. In the corner, you can see this decrepit old man laying in bed, his hand shaking with the revolver like he's gonna fire off a warning shot.
No. Since I am nobody who shoots first, may I attempt to shoot his gun out of his hand?
Yes, you may. All right, what do we got here? You've succeeded. You succeed in shooting the revolver out of this old decrepit figure's hand, and you hear a rustling up on the second floor, a big commotion of feet.
Wait,
I'm
Someone falls down.
blushing.
Oh, goodness
Wait.
gracious me, they got paw!
Leaving the guns upstairs, though.
yeah, if I see any guns up there, I will start biting one of his fingers one at a time.
I pull my gun out and I use my big deal, which allows me to wall hack if they have a gun out.
All right. And then you can hear 4 different large objects drop on the ground, and then you hear some people come down the stairs with their hands raised. And you recognize 2 of them, Slim Boy Fat, Pony Mitchell, and then a woman follows them. And my brother, he's actually 30 years older than me. My brother George, he's also my love for the
Brother,
rest of my
huh?
life.
What?
Brother,
Yeah.
What, did you just say you love her?
Yeah, he's my family. I prefer to say family. Just straight up family.
You're...
excuse me, what in the
Oh.
sweet home Alabama is going on here?
Alabama? This is Texas. What are you talking about?
What in the Texas is going on? More Calliope, you could weigh in. What are your thoughts on this?
All right, hold on. God, what do you think? I don't like it. God says about this. Your sweet home, Texas.
I think my lord doesn't like this.
Neither do I.
This smells disgusting.
We'll take this job, and then we'll go ahead and take the bodies for ourselves as payment, and then have ourselves a mighty fine feast for a little
You're
while.
talking sexually, right? Right?
What?
You're not talking about killing us though, right? You're talking sexually?
I think they're talking about actually killing
No.
us.
Well, all that's gone out the
No.
window anyway. I don't really know what you mean by that. That is kind of disgusting.
Oh no.
Oh, like you're one to judge.
They're cannibals and they're brother lovers.
And I'm happy to fix you a meal, but we don't really have any good meat here. We just have, you know, the local wildlife. I made a stew. It's not human. I'll tell you, it's not human.
You promise?
I
Horse?
promise
Is
it's
it
not
horse?
human.
I will not eat a horse.
It's a little combination of things. My little secret recipe, but it's not human.
Squirrel?
There's a little squirrel in there. Mine's
Well,
cooking
can
real
I
good,
die
Miss
in
Pony
it?
Mitchell. It's
Are
real
there
good.
wolves in there? There better not be any wolves in there. I will not eat any of my people.
They're dead silent when you mention wolves. Well, listen, we could certainly make you a stew that doesn't include wolves.
They skin and eat my people! Kill them! Kill them! We must kill them now! We must kill them! They
Kill
must die!
them. God, what do you think about these people? Should we put them out of their misery?
And this god says, you can if you want. It's your funeral.
My God's teaching says, commit your way to the Lord Mori Calliope, trust in Mori Calliope, and she will act.
I go up to it all slow like and start to sniff around it.
doing?
Sniff it constantly. And then I give a little lick to make
Oh.
them feel uncomfortable.
Maybe he just wants to lick the salt
I'm
off. of it.
uncomfortable.
And it's like, and then I bite his finger and chop it multiple times and crunch.
I look away.
Oh, good lord! Oh, goodness, the blood's gushing everywhere! Oh, goodness gracious me, please! The blood continues spurting and it spatters all your faces with his blood. All of you have blood on your face now from the stub.
Yeah.
At this point, though, you guys head back out to the wagon, and Ruby kind of looks through the front part, peeks her head out, and says, "Hey, did everything? Oh my goodness gracious me! What happened? Did you kill some? Oh my goodness gracious! I heard one gunshot. I thought to myself, oh my God, they're definitely dead. Now I see some blood on your face. Did someone die?"
No.
No one died,
Don't
ma'am.
worry, your little heart, little lady. we got it taken care of. There were no deaths.
Are you sure? No one died?
Only
Not at all.
not at all.
Not at all. Don't
And
worry,
whose
we're
blood is
fine.
that?
Oh, that's just dinner.
Yeah.
What should we do about food? Maybe some of you fellas should go hunt something for us to eat. We might get real
Yeah,
hungry.
fellers. I'm hungry too.
Yeah, you fellas wanna...
All right.
You savage hunters wanna go... Oh, but
I have a little bit of a crush on her, so I'll go hunt for her.
Ooh.
Which one?
For Miss Bones Malone.
Which
That's
one?
sweet. Wow, really, you were crushed on the ladies today.
The former Miss Bones Malone.
All right, I was about to get real jealous, but
Understandable. Let's see. You found a cow that had gotten loose from its farm. A cow that got loose from its farm, and you managed to shoot it. And now the cow is sleeping peacefully thanks to you with your gun.
Former Miss Bones Malone, I found a cow.
my oh my, you sure did. That's incredible. I just can't hardly believe my eyes. We haven't sirloin.
I'm blushing. I look away. I don't make eye contact. And I won this cow for you. It looked like it lived a good life.
It's been so long since I've had a nice steak.
Oh yeah, Ruby
That
says
scoundrel.
I have steak every single night with my husband, Bones Malone, who always makes sure we have the premium steak.
Son of a horse, Bones Malone. No good man.
My husband loves me though. He tells me every day how much he loves me.
You know, he told me that too.
How many times a day did he tell you?
At least 24.
Oh, well, he tells me 25.
Of course he does. Of course he does.
Little tough.
Did I do a good job? Did I do a good job? Do you like it? I did my best.
Yes, it's all right.
It ain't inedible.
Yeah.
Sure is a little bit of a shame to what happened to old Gabriel's cow that you worked so hard to kill, but it's all right.
I did my best. I worked so hard to skin that cow alive and you know, make a nice steak. You guys don't know how to cook. Why are you complaining? Dang it.
Back in the manor, I was eating steaks every day. It's good for me. I didn't have to know how to cook.
Well, it's all too bad. You're Post Malone now too, so I don't think you should be complaining.
Oh goodness.
You're really
I'm
enjoying
eating
yourself.
to I
really?
eat nervously because they're fighting each other and I don't know how to contribute to this conversation, so I just eat my steak.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it goes all the way back to my childhood.
That's all right.
All the way. Well, I don't usually get into this because I don't normally get close to so many strangers.
I place a reassuring hand.
I blush.
Shoulder.
I'm blushing. I look away, and my heartbeat is raising. I'm getting nervous, and then you feel like a little wetness, like I'm sweating really, really hard and seeping through my shirt. And I'm blushing. I'm getting really more. The Lord, Mori Calliope, she was. Ma'am, you're very beautiful. She was, the Lord!
And I take my hand off and rub the sweat off on my skirt.
Phew! Well, anyways, it goes back to my childhood. I worship the Lord Mori Calliope, but I don't know if it's something about me. It seems that everywhere I go, disaster follows. If you actually got hurt, Mrs. Bones, former Bones Malone, and maybe the dog as well. If you guys got
Maybe
hurt,
the
I don't. The dog definitely, but especially former Miss Bones Malone. I don't know what I'd do with myself. It's a little difficult. I don't know how to love when everyone gets hurt. What do you guys think I should do?
Wow.
Well, I don't think you need to
should
worry
accept
so much.
yourself, Miss Post Malone. Miss Post Bones Malone.
You think she would be interested in me? I say in front of her face, and blushing. Would Miss Bones Malone be interested in someone such as I with such large stature?
How forward.
Someone big and strong like yourself, so much bigger and stronger than that scoundrel Bones Malone was.
Bones Malone is pretty skinny, I will say.
Scrawny,
Very
man.
scrawny.
Scrawny Bones. I gained a new resolve today. You see it pop up above my head like a persona box, and it says, gain the resolve to fight for former Miss Bones Malone and will die for her.
Yeah, Calliope will now die for you.
Well, you see, it all started when I came out west to start my sapphire mine. I was gonna get into the
I'm seeing some parallels.
sapphire mining business, and I went to the town ball where I was just swept off my feet by that bone-headed Bones Malone, and I thought my life would be a fairy tale eating steaks every day. All that until he erased my identity. He stole the deed to my sapphire mine to fund his campaign as the mayor, and I was left all alone on my lonesome. That Rizless beta Bones Malone always stole.
Oh, okay, all right. So, like, you loved him so much that you pulled a gun on him?
That's right. I think you do understand.
I've just never thought to do that before.
Well, maybe you don't love him as much as I loved him.
Oh, well, maybe that's the type of woman that Bones Malone needs, is a woman that doesn't love him that much, but it still likes him a little bit. Like a little bit. Hold on, I was told by Bones Malone that he invested in that sapphire mine himself and curated it all himself.
Well, you could call it investing if he poached me from the ball.
Oh.
Got me married. I didn't read the fine print there. There was no prenup. And in the divorce, he took it all from me.
Wow, did you? I guess you had a bad lawyer. Bad
Lawyer, I represented myself.
Oh, that'll do it. Oh, Bonesy, I'm on my
Bones,
way.
is that what you're calling him?
Yes,
Bonesy?
Bonesy. I want to go
Got a
home to my
nickname for
Bonesy.
him?
You know who came up with that nickname? It was me.
I was abandoned as a babe out in the wilderness. I was raised by wolves, see? But I did my best to be wolf, but I ain't got no fur. I ain't got no fur, only hair on my head, so they treated me all different like. But now, I'm just trying to fit in, see? Because what am I? I'm not quite human anymore, but I'm not quite a wolf either, so I don't know
What are
purpose
you?
What am I? I don't know.
Maybe you should turn to Faith.
Faith? No thanks.
That was quick.
Any photographs or something like
I was
that?
left by as a babe wrapped in a red handkerchief blanket, you see. And I keep it wrapped around my neck at all times.
I'll stick around with you till you find your family. I was just so touched by your story.
Oh, thank you, lady.
From
You're
one
so kind.
abandonee to another.
I've been a Sigma of wolf for so long. Out on my lonesome being a Sigma. Kind of tired of that. I feel like I don't want to be on my lonesome anymore. I'd rather be part of a group.
course.
And you guys seem pretty cool, except for like maybe some weird quirks, but I think we all got our weird
quirks?
qualities.
Oh, you're
yes.
one to talk. Goodness gracious.
Well, I
My
got
fingers
reasons.
off.
I was raised by wolves. What's yours? Who's Calliope Mori anyway?
True.
That is my Lord and Savior. Have you not heard her voice? She speaks to me in the night. Look, Calliope Mori, if you are there, can you please say something to me?
You hear a gun click and say, "That's enough out of you."
She spoke. She says that she loves us all.
But what you actually mistaked from being the voice of Mori Calliope is actually you've mistaken yourself, because in reality that was not the voice of Mori Calliope. It was the different voice that just spoke to you. Yes, a different voice as a shot rings out into the darkness of the night.
Uh-oh.
I think she loves us.
Well, I can relate to the idea of shooting someone you love, you know?
True.
She's sending us a message. Is that something we should look for? Is she coming over here? Calliope Mori! We're right here! Lord, is that you?
That's enough out of you. You hear some trotting of horsey footsteps.
Calliope Mori?
And before you, you see what looks to be the image of a sheriff. A sheriff with a big old star brandished on her coat, long pink hair, and a sheriff hat atop her head.
That's a spitting image of Mori Calliope.
Alright, but you take the highest one. Hey, is it just me, or is that little one's hat getting bigger?
I don't
getting
know
quite
what
large.
you're talking about.
It's just, it
It's a
seems
growing hat.
It seems so much bigger than when we first met. Anyway, with that, the sheriff and Ruby take off into the night, along with the many outlaws crying out for help, saying, "Help us! Help! Help! I want to go back to prison! I want to go back to prison! Please!"
What's going on over there? Ain't
Yeah,
they?
they're all going to Mr. Bones Malone's house, right? If we
Wait,
free
but
them,
he's a
maybe they'll-
scoundrel.
Maybe they'll help us, though. Maybe they'll help us on our raid against him. If we release them, you know what I mean?
Or maybe they'd betray us. I'm not quite sure which way.
I do
Well-
wonder, what do you want to do?
Whatever the lady wants.
Me,
Always the lady
I'm no
one.
leader. You're far more courageous than I am. I think you deserve the decision-making role.
God! God!
Yes,
If
my
you're out
child.
there, I'm praying. I'm praying very, very hard, God. What should I do in these tough times? All I want to do is settle down with the lovely lady, former Miss Bones Malone. I'm praying very loudly, by the way, so everyone can hear my prayers. But I don't know what to do. But if we get that money, then we're guaranteed 2 futures. But if we follow Bones Malone, maybe Bones Malone would kill us, and we're guaranteed no futures. But all I want to do is have 1 future with the former Miss Bones Malone.
Remember who you are, Calliope. Remember.
I'm remembering!
So let's actually go ahead and roll ourselves a little roll to see how much whiskey you guys did manage to gather.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
let's go ahead and roll.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This might be a bad decision.
You get the feeling, though, former Mrs. Bones Malone, that this is information that will very quickly reach Bones Malone, and you suddenly feel very unsafe.
Oh.
Oh, dear.
Knew I shouldn't have trusted that Ruby. She's all smitten for that manure sniffer Bones Malone.
Ew. Disgusting. We should have killed her. Good day, officers. We are just moseying on into town. Me and my sweet horse here. I try to distract them. I just try to be very nice, so that way they're in a good mood and they don't check very hard. And they're like, oh yeah, go along with your day. And like, oh, look at my horse here. My horse can do tricks. Dasher, do that thing you just did for the officers right here.
The officers kind of look deadpan at the horse.
Can I help?
Would you like to attempt
Hello,
to
it's
swindle
me, the wife.
They seem to not be
We're
trustworthy.
fixing to start a saloon.
Side-eye each other. Do you want to swindle them?
Yes, I wanna bat my eyelashes
Oh,
at
okay.
them.
Use your seductive deal.
Yes.
Okay. So
Okay. I bat my eyes at them. Oh, I'm
darn
just
it, I
so in
failed.
love with my honey here. I'm so excited.
Wait, can I come in and play the song?
only a little. And that wolf-like one with the big hat. But you guys make your way into the town. You guys make your way over to the church. Instead, you see what can only be described as a holy father, a holy priest,
Reverend.
shrouded in dark robes, with a long mustache, long beard, walking around the side of the church.
Didn't Tumbleweed have a long mustache and a long beard?
You can call me Reverend Louis Devlin from here on out. Now, I do intend to pay you. I do intend to pay you for your trouble. However, I gotta issue you a little warning here. My boss, Bones Malone. Bones Malone gives me so much good whiskey. You know, in the name of the Lord, I gotta make sure that, you know, the right person is ruling this town.
Mori Calliope, right?
What?
The Lord Mori Calliope?
Huh? I don't... Huh? Wait, what?
I look
I've never
away.
heard-
The one against cannibalism and brother-sister relations?
Yeah!
I'm very confused. I don't know what in God's green earth you're talking about. 4 different outlaws around you. See, initially they were just some folks standing around the church, but now you start to realize that they're looking at you funny. Sons of B-words, right? Cowboy, guns in their hands. What do you choose to do?
I pull out my gun and I hold it.
I pull out my gun as well and I hold it at the ready.
I pull out my gun and you know what? I'm gonna hold it.
I figured that you folks are outnumbered. Ready to
Well,
take
you
a
thought
bullet?
wrong. Dasher, speak up. It seems that we are 4v4 now.
Oh yeah, Dasher to the rescue.
I would like to, before they get a chance to attack, I would like to use my silver tongue and be like, look, behind you! Is that Mori Calliope?
I look too! I also look!
and they believe me because I have a silver tongue, so they have to look behind
Mori
me.
Calliope!
Mori Calliope is right there!
Oh my
behind you! Oh my god, look!
Here's the thing. They believe you when they say that Mori Calliope is there, but they do not worship Mori Calliope as a god. They don't really know who that is. But they still look to the sky. So they don't turn around, but they look to the sky. Like, what in the sky? Who is a Mori Calliope? What is that? So you've caught them off guard for one moment.
No! Well, I'm nobody, so I shoot first.
All right. You shoot him.
I would like
kind of shot you
to
trying to
once
do?
again use my technique to try to shoot somebody's gun out of their hand.
Okay.
If I'm trying to show off to my potential love interest over here.
I'm looking at the sky right now.
Alright.
Looking for Mori Calliope.
Alright, you have succeeded in shooting the revolver out of one of... We'll make that square red. Which means they don't have a gun. Oh no, all the squares are red now.
You done it!
Oh no.
Shut all their guns off!
No! Oi, 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 oi. Alright, I'm gonna put a new color block there. It indicates that they don't have a gun. It's a little red square.
That's green.
Shut! I haven't turned it red yet, dang it! I haven't turned it red. Now it's red. You done got a gun. Alrighty. And then this feller does manage to put a bullet in you. However, what you can do is save yourself with 3 grit.
No, I take it.
You take the bullet?
I take the bullet because I'm distracted by God.
Alright, you're gonna
This
get a
is God's
condition.
will.
Okay.
I've been shot in the leg! Mori Calliope was that you? No! It hurts.
From-
You hurt me like this! I'm dead! He shot me! I've been shot!
Dasher's turn. Dasher goes, nay! And that's it. Alright, now it's your turn, Calliope. What do you choose to do? You realize that Mori Calliope is not there. God is not there to
Mori
save you.
Calliope, well, if you're not in the sky, then I know you're right here. I start beating at my chest. You're right here in my heart.
Okay, I aim straight for his head, straight between the eyes, with
you
my
wanna blow it up?
precision. Can I be eager too, because he hurts
Okay.
my dear Gabriel?
Let's see. I suppose it will be an eager shot. Go ahead and take it. Take the shot.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you!
All right. And now finally, there's one feller left. Bilbo Wagons. What do you choose to do?
I take out my knife and I put it in my mouth like those dogs in the video games. And I get on all fours and I charge at the feller. And then I bring my knife mouth to his neck. And then I lift my hat so he can look at my eyes as I slice his neck. The dog in me says, "Ow-woo," which means I'm hungry. Bow bow.
Bow bow. Do you choose to shoot him
see.
again?
That would seem like overkill.
What would you like to do?
I would like to say a prayer.
Sweet. You can. It's crazy because all of a sudden, you can actually kind of sense his soul slowly leaving his body. It's like only slightly tethered, and you hear like angels sing, and like you can like see a little halo, and you hear somebody go, "Thank you, I'm going to the Lord." Well, you've cleared out all of the outlaws. One of them ran away.
Can we check off our future just now or no?
Let's see. Well, what you would need to do is like you'd need to go to the store immediately and buy like a house or something like that.
But you don't need to buy love. Love comes from within.
I love
I wonder what love in the future. Yeah, I wonder. Strange. That is a good point, and I won't argue with you on that. However, if you have a bunch of cash, maybe you get yourself like
a wedding dress?
Yeah, a wedding. I mean, even if you get married in rags, it's probably fine. I'm sure there's some kind of explanation for it. But
I mean, we're right at the church right now. We could sing.
Yeah, we could. Reverend, who
me and my wife would like to get married.
Oh my lord. You want to get married right now?
Well, we have the cash.
Well, you have the cash.
I slam over the church doors. I limp all the way through. Reverend, you must marry me and this lady right here, right now.
Please, Reverend, you must understand. This is love truer than I've ever experienced before in my life.
All right, with the power invested in me as an agent of the Lord, I now pronounce you husband and wife for all. Wait, hold on. Sorry, I messed it up. Do you, former Mrs. Bones Malone? Question mark. Are you reading a name on a piece of paper?
That's right.
Do you take
Future
this?
Mrs. July P.
Do you take this this large heretic? This large worshiper of the Lord, of the one and only Lord, of course, Calliope Gibrel.
That's what I'm darn tootin'.
To be your lawfully wedded husband through sickness and in health till death do you part.
I do.
And to you, Calliope Gibrel, take this lovely betrayed young woman, former Mrs. Bones Malone, ex-lover of the mayor, Bones Malone, to be your lawfully wedded wife through sickness and in health until death do you part.
I reckon I do.
All right, you may have a handshake or whatever, I guess.
I lift my bride in my big strong arms.
Such a big strong arms.
I give her a little peck.
Oh wow, how sweet.
Ow.
All right, well, typically in this house of the Lord, you know, we like to settle for like a high five or something like that. But you know, I'll allow it. You're gonna have.
I know
yeah.
because my parents have no money. Because they spent it on their extravagant wedding. I'm gonna be the one who buys the house.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. A couple other people, and they're looking directly at you, former Mrs. Bones Malone, the newly married former Mrs. Bones Malone.
That's Mrs. Calliope to you.
Mrs. Calliope, you are under arrest. You are under arrest for disturbing the peace, and it would appear that you will also be arrested for aggression against an officer of the law. Cuff him.
The whole town is rotten, inside out.
It's because of Bones Malone.
All because of that failure of a mayor.
If you take my wife, you'll have to take me as well.
Great, we were already going to do that, and they cuff all of you. They cuff all of you.
Don't worry, my sweets. It seems that this is more Calliope as well.
We'll get through this together.
I would like to use my swindle to be like, oh, don't cuff me. It hurts. I don't want.
Okay, go ahead and roll your 2d6 for the swindle. Alright, you succeeded. And they say, we'll be taking that horse too, and they force Dasher to get into the cage with you guys.
Dasher's fine. We'll soon have a home.
It's very painful for Dasher. Ash has to sit in a weird position because you guys are all so cramped together. And then they cuff the horse.
You cuffing my horse! Is there any way that I can bandage my crippled leg while we're in here?
Typically, it's got to be something like a heel roll. And I believe in order to do that, healing is actually really tough in this game because you have to use cash.
Well, I can place my $2 bills as bandages on the wounded leg.
It's very kind.
We can cut off like a little bit of Dasher's tail hair and make
my
a wrap
God.
out of it.
Out
Give him
of
a knife.
Dasher's tail hair?
Yeah.
I mean, why don't I just use part of my skirt then?
Oh, okay, yeah. Can I, Mother? Is it okay if I use my knife to tear off some of your skirt?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Okay, I do that.
First, it's a figure that all of you recognize. It's the figure of the lady that you guys met on your journeys. Yes. It is
Ruby.
the
Ruby, you must look into your heart. I know you will come to the right decision.
Oh gosh, I just don't know. I love my Bonesy so much.
Check your safe.
Check my safe.
Keep an eye on that deed.
Oh, but I've locked it up good and tight. There's no way that he could take my deed. The mayor of Sweetwater, Mr. Bones Malone, a very well-groomed, very lanky, but well-dressed gentleman with nice combed hair.
Malone.
It took you quite a long time to get here. But I'm so glad at last to make your acquaintance for the first time in a long time. Especially you, Mrs. Former Mrs. Bones Malone. Goodness gracious me.
Mrs. Calliope to you. You rotten-hearted, pompous, two-timing, cotton-headed, dim-witted, mealy-mouthed, doggone, dastardly, pretentious, good-for-nothing, licentious, salacious, bull-headed, baloney-for-bradesman, new sniffer,
Get him!
hirsute, panty, thieving, simpering, simpleton, wantonly, womanizing, riskless, bitter failure of a mayor, you loathsome scoundrel, Bones Malone!
Disgusting!
Woof.
Says Bones Malone, who looks like this, by the way. This is what Bones Malone looks like.
Oh, what a disgusting man! You look like you eat nothing for breakfast.
I always hated that accent of yours.
He's British? Yes.
You smell familiar. And then I sniff the handkerchief around my neck, and I'm like, no, it can't be.
Bilbo, you are British!
Is my father? I'm British. Oh, what's going on with my voice?
Bones Malone kind of like looks really confused for a second.
I knew you were a two-timer, Bones Malone. We never had a child together.
Oh my goodness.
I knew you were awful. You were.
Oh dear, stop this. I don't want to be.
Mayor
You
Bones
didn't even
Malone-
have the guts to care for your own
You
child.
left me for the wolves, Father. Why? Why would you do that? I was raised by dogs, and now I am what? I don't even know what I am anymore. What?
I'm not your father. In fact, I am your brother. Anyway, I tossed you from the boat, but little did I know that carriage carries you all the way to the shore, and Bones
I'll
Malone
never
seems very
call
smart.
you my Oni-chan.
You take a little sniff, Bilbo, you realize that on the walls, Bones Malone has mounted the heads of many wolves.
Oh,
No.
no!
Rotten. Oh, look at this.
And I
Oh,
vomit
dear.
all over the floor.
Now,
Bones Malone, you scoundrel. You need to clean this up. Somebody vomited on your floor.
with
As the guard brings me over,
Hmm.
can I try to pickpocket the gun
okay,
that the
from
guard
the guard?
has?
Sure. Oh, lordy.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Lord.
Okay, you
Oh, no.
attempt to take the gun off of the guard, but unfortunately, The gun simply falls out of the guard's pocket, and the guard looks confused. Oh, drop my gun. That's very dangerous. These criminals here are very frightening. Picks the gun up again and trains it back on you. Sadly. That's a risky action. On this would-be battlefield, you grasp for your knife, and your brother takes the glass. And in order to do this, you will need to combine being sneaky, which is your guile, and then add your knife, which is a 1d, and it is a risky action. You succeed. I've also succeeded. So in that moment, you raise the knife to Bones Malone's throat, and he drops the glass, which shatters on the ground, and you say, "Nobody move!" in your voice, in your little Bilbo voice.
Nobody move! I'm gonna slice his throat open and there'll be his blood all over the ground. You don't want that. The carpet's really expensive. Shut up! I was just tricking you. My loyalty will always be to my mother and father down there. Now you let them go right now, or I will slice your throat open in front of everybody.
Can I grab for one of the dropped, discarded guns?
Sure you can. All right. You succeed in grabbing a gun, but you don't really know how to use it, so it's a little tough to use.
Well, alright.
Yeah.
These were the boots you bought for me, Bones Malone. Don't you dare compliment me again in that disgusting voice of yours.
Get your hands back on your guns, you fools! What are you doing here?
How many guards are there?
There are 3 of them.
3 guards. Dasher, please kick me a gun! Use your loyalty to kick me over a gun!
Roll 3 dice for loyalty, 3d6. All right, that's an excellent success. The Dasher explodes through the window, and the window crashes.
Dasher!
And not only that, but Dasher has all of your guns.
Dasher!
And as Dasher crashes through the window, he collapses to the ground. In the entrance of this room, you recognize the Miss Ruby, quote-unquote, Malone.
Ruby? Is that you?
Standing there with a shotgun pointed at you. Her hands are shaking, and there are tears in her eyes, but she is pointing it directly at you.
I'm nobody. I shoot first.
Okay.
I take the shot directly headshot for Mr. Bones Malone. The gun has his name on it. Bones Malone, you dirty-hearted scoundrel!
Okay, you succeed. And you successfully... Alright, let me play out the scene for you. So, Bones Malone looks down the barrel of your gun from far away.
Yes.
And the last thought that goes through his head besides that bullet is how he kinda wishes that he hadn't passed up such a fine woman full of grit.
Yeah!
And then pow!
That is what I am
Headshot.
talking about.
Bones Malone falls to the ground and a spray of blood blasts from his forehead. And no thoughts are ever to run through his mind ever again. You guys hear a sound, the sound of somebody coming back into the room, as well as you all kind of sit around the body of Dasher.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she was
take
the
out
best
my
part.
knife
The
and
best
stand
part.
over Ghost
You use the Ghost Malone now, but...
Ghost Malone's body, and I take my knife and slice his head off his body so we can use it as decoration for our house later.
Cool. Yeah, you do that. It's easy, you just do it. It's very easy to chop his head off.
I don't think we have a...
You try to build a little house together, it's just really, really difficult because cougars keep attacking you guys. And they will not stop. It's very tough.
Well, at least we have each other.
Yeah, while you guys are, taking shifts trying to build this house, and it takes a couple months, you guys have to sleep out under the stars together, but it ain't so. And even while you guys are working, sometimes there are some folks that pass by that lend a hand to help you out.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought the townsfolk were wary of us.
It's not the townsfolk. It's not the townsfolk.
That's them cannonballs.
Actually, the cannibals came rolling by a little.
Oh yeah, because they saw
earlier.
the little fake head sign in our front lawn that I put out there.
Oh yes, they saw that. They thought, well, those must be some of our own people. Goodness, you're having some trouble building. Oh, it's you folks. Oh
it's
gosh,
Texas,
everyone.
not Alabama.
Do you guys need a helping hand? They ask you.
We sure do.
I suppose.
Yes, please.
Well, we'll lend a hand as much as we can to help you out. And they help you guys build your house a little bit. And it takes a long time. In fact, it takes you guys about a year to build a good house. A year of sleeping out.
How big is our house?
Oh, it's pretty big. It's a big
Oh.
house. And the rest of you guys' days, within reason, of course, is spent on a dry little piece of land in a comfortable home that you all built together, and it's surrounded by cougars. They're very delicious. In fact, you've learned how to make a great cougar stew. A hearty cougar stew.
Yummy.
Yes. And at this point, you're free to retire from being outlaws because you got your own home, don't have to worry about rent. You know, there are little ways to live off of the land, thanks to Bilbo Baggins, who is still very, very accomplished in the ways of living out in the wild.
I'll start teaching Faye about Mori Calliope. I invite everyone in town to come to our house on Sundays, and I teach them about Mori Calliope.
Okay, it seems that you've saved a little room to make into a chapel. The Chapel of Mori Calliope. Amen, preacher.
Amen.
Amen. And how do you guys spend the rest of your time in this home that you've built together?
We have 8 children.
Are they all named after Dasher?
That's right.
Dasher's 1 to 8, and Bilbo.
Bilbo. Wow, beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful home this is. You even have a little picture hanging up in the living room with you guys and eight little children, and then Bilbo as well with them. You have
And
been
don't
busy.
forget Dasher Jr.
Dasher Jr. is there too. Nay! And Dasher Jr. also had 8 children with a local horse. 8 little Dasher Jr. Juniors.
And I
Junior,
adopt
Junior.
8 wolves.
We have a whole pack.
Family picture's very crowded. But
Seems we
it's a
have
happy,
a lovely future.
it's a happy life. You were able to get a loving and comfortable future, which is something that many outlaws dream of, but not all can attain. And that's because you guys stuck together like a good posse and watched out for each other. And that is how you all survived the Dying West.